cranberry sauce. We had deviled eggs. That's always nice. I think it's a nice bonus.
Oh, I miss those
for an appetizer.
I think I need to learn how to make those for my house.
They're not hard.
No, it's just I've made them before. It's just I don't think about that until I hear about them. In which case, I'm like, "Fuck, you're right." Deviled eggs, one of my favorite things in the world. Deviled eggs.
The store, the deli section has them pre-made. You can just get them.
You got to do them yourself if you want them right.
Well, they're all right, platter ones.
No, I'm picky with the deviled eggs. I'll say that. They're all congealed because they've been sitting there for 2 days. If you get them at the store,
yeah, it's better to be fresh.
Yeah, you want, and they always put too much paprika on it, so
right.
You want the
dusting
of paprika.
Yeah, a little dusting. Yeah. Usually we don't even do that because my mom forgets about paprika. I had a reminder.
How the fuck do you eat deviled eggs then?
Well, she made
half the flavor. One's eggs, one's paprika.
We just we like egg flavor.
I do too.
No,
I've had them without paprika. It's fine, but with it definitely
it's a little bit better. Yeah, gives it a kick. Yeah,
I've been trying to get my wife more into that, and she's definitely realizing it is the contrasting flavors.
Oh yeah.
When I get pizza, I like green olives and I like pineapple because they contrast so well. People think it's disgusting, but they're complete opposite tastes, and it just goes so well together.
Now you get it on the same pizza, pineapple and okay, interesting.
All I need is those two toppings. That's it.
Oh, yeah,
so I contrast and I compromise in the contrast, so I get pineapple and pepperoni.
Why don't you just
Because she won't go to the green olives, and at least the kids won't be there. So I gotta kind of compromise, and it's like that's contrasting enough.
Yeah. No human being is going to want a pineapple olive pizza.
No,
it's disgusting.
But I like the contrasting, and I like how they offset each other.
Dad, we got you your pizza, but I told him no olives and no pineapple. Fuck you, Dad.
Have fun being disowned.
That's your future.
By the way, we're recording a podcast. We're 2 minutes in.
And by the way, I hate Ghostbusters. Yes, it is dead.
So, Dick, I said we're going to look into the last episode, and I forgot. So let's figure out what year we left off on right now, live on the show.
I'm going to assume 98.
Oh, my God. Yeah, my friend worked there and got screeners all the time and just gave it to me. Trucks?
I never watched it. Yes. Okay, Trucks. That was 98.
Plastic case with no details on it.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, let's get out of here.
What a blast from the past that was.
Time we'll hopefully finish off. Probably not. Stephen King.
No, there's a lot more to go.
There's so many more.
Like the last 10 years has been more.
Just the last 4 years has been 15 projects. It's insane.
It's just too much.
But we'll get there. What year are we on?
I'm going to say 98.
Give it to me. Never watched it.
Yes.
I used to have the screener version of this on DVD.
Wow.
And then we'll go from there. Oh, 99. I literally just said, blah. Okay, 99? 98, 99. That's on Dark Side. No, that was the Monsters episode we were talking about.
Right, but it's the same thing happens.
Yeah.
I think it's called Hands or something.
Let's stop here. We're at 97. We'll start with 98. There we go.
Wow, what a way to go.
We'll start at 98.
Yay.
All right. I only have 2 of my list to go off here, though. Where's my third one?
These lists were not very helpful at all.
Did we talk about Dolores Claiborne at all? I don't remember that.
I don't remember that, but that was like 94, wasn't it?
95, but
I think we mentioned it. Yeah, I think we did.
Oh, here's Trucks 97, Radio Flyer, Quicksilver. Yeah. Okay. I thought I had a third list pulled up. I guess I closed that one because it was
Radio Flyer. I don't remember that one.
Here it is. Here's my other list. This is the main one I was going off.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So 98. Let's start with the main one in that year. I think maybe even the only one is Apt Pupil.
Okay. Bryan Singer, Brad Renfro, Ian McKellen. Yeah. My sister loved this movie growing up because I think she had an attraction to Brad Renfro.
Who died?
Who killed himself based off heroin and all kinds of awful nightmares of Hollywood debauchery that destroyed him as a child.
Yeah.
It's an all right movie.
He would have been like Christian Bale. Schwimmer. He would have been a Christian Bale if he was still alive.
Probably, yeah.
He seemed very similar to him.
Yeah.
Joshua Jackson's in that movie?
Probably, yeah.
Wow, I don't remember that at all.
I remember David Schwimmer. I remember he kills a bird with a basketball. I remember Ian McKellen killing himself in the hospital because they find out who he is. And then I think Brad Renfro kills a student, or he kills somebody that's an old man who's gonna expose him.
That does seem very Stephen Kingish. I have not seen this movie since 2002, 3.
It's been a while, yeah.
Been a long time.
I remember my sister
enjoyed
had
it thoroughly, though.
My sister had it on VHS. She owned a copy.
Yeah.
Bought from Hollywood Video.
I gave it a 7.
Yeah, I'd say about 7.
Good movie.
6, 7. Yeah, that's fine. 6, that works.
I just bumped up to a 7 right now because I do remember that more than that.
That's fine.
It has a 6.7.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, let's move on because we have no memories of it.
No.
The next thing is gonna be 98 X-Files episode Chinga.
Really? He did that.
Rumors of witchcraft and sorcery surrounding a bizarre murder at a supermarket in a small New England fishing town. No way. Leading Scully, who's on vacation, to a little girl and a cursed doll that may be hiding a mysterious presence.
Oh, God. It sounds like a terrible Stephen King story.
Moving on to 99. All right.
Green Mile.
Again, I have to go 3 lists here. So
wow.
No. First is Storm of the Century.
Really?
Yeah.
That was 99? Wow.
99.
Wow.
Colm Fiore,
Tim Matheson.
Tim Matheson.
It was actually not a bad miniseries.
I thoroughly enjoyed this miniseries. I think it's his best miniseries that's not The Stand.
You're probably correct.
It's really fucking solid and really fucking heartbreaking toward the end.
Yes.
Because Tim Matheson has to give up his son because he chooses the white marble, the white rock. I forget which color, but
it basically it's either the town or he sacrifices his son, and that was the deal.
Colm Fiore is I'm going to take all your fucking kids and kill you all.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to take one. You guys choose who. So they decided to draw marbles.
Yes.
And that scene is fucking brutal, and it goes on for like 40 minutes. That scene. I've recently rewatched this. It goes on, and I'm like, and I know how it ended. This time around, obviously. I'm like, but I do remember when this aired the first time because me and my mom, like I said, Stephen King's our jam. We watched this live. I was in high school and we sat and we watched this and we waited for part 2. He said to wait for part 2 for Stephen King stuff. Next week we'll show you part 2.
Right. Next Sunday on ABC.
Yeah. The epic conclusion of
The epic conclusion of Storm of the Century, starring Colm Fiore.
But I love that he was just sitting in a jail cell in like a weird Scully hat. He's talking to them very
born quietly. With sin, come on in.
Yeah,
or whatever it was. What he said.
It was very ominous and like devil from because he's the devil or he's a demon, whatever you want to call him.
Right. Yeah.
But it's very Needful Things ish. It's very similar, right in line with that. But I think this is way better than Needful Things.
Yes, it's very entertaining. It was a good miniseries.
Yeah. Also 99. I saw this in the theater with my mom. The Green Mile.
Yeah, I saw this in the theater, of course.
Read the book.
I read the book. The book's a little bit different, but not much different. The adaptation is pretty solid. I do enjoy the movie, I think, more than the book. And it's a very good movie. Sam Rockwell. It's kind of your introduction to Sam Rockwell, who goes on to be a really great actor in his own right.
There's a lot of great actors in this. You get Tom Hanks, obviously, Michael Clark Duncan, Jeffrey DeMunn's in it as well.
Yeah.
Rockwell. You got that one sleazy dude.
Doug Hutchinson.
Was that his name?
Doug Hutchinson, that's his name. He used to be a good actor. Like, I liked him in everything he was in. And for a time there, he was one of those character actors that was in everything because he's a very good actor. He's in a lot of stuff in that era. And then he married that 16-year-old. He groomed that 14-year-old girl to marry him when she was 16. And it was like, ooh, this is not good. He's a freak show.
He was in an X-Files episode where a couple of them, where he would slide. He was like a creature. And
he could go to any.
He would slide through the bars and get out.
Right, yeah. He's like a T-1000.
Yeah. And I didn't know that about him, though. That's interesting.
Yeah, he's in he had a reality show when he was with his wife, when he was married to his young bride, and he was just. It was so embarrassing, and essentially she divorced him. And like years later, she basically says like, "Oh no, she was brainwashed, and he was grooming her the whole time, and she didn't know what to do." And he comes out looking like a horrible, horrible monster.
Yeah, but he is a solid villain in the Green Mile.
Yes, he is. He's a very good actor.
My mom and I collected the books because if you remember when this book came out, it wasn't released.
Yeah.
It wasn't released as the thick book. It was released individually in 6 little Coffee in the Mile.
Right. Yeah.
It was like all these, and I collected them. And I actually read them at the time.
Yeah.
Not all of them. I didn't finish. I read the first like 3. And
yeah.
It was nicely paced. And it was like a little Goosebumps type book where you just read a section of the book.
Yeah.
And that's the last time I touched those.
Yeah.
But it was nice that, I don't know, I had a good experience with this movie because we watched it in the theater and I was like, 3 hours. Oh, God. Love the fucking movie. I gave it a 9.
Oh, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a 9.
It's on my top 100.
Yeah, I mean, a 3-hour movie, I'll watch. If it's good, I'll watch the whole thing. I love it. That doesn't bother me.
This is me in high school, though, you know?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You know what's weird?
Yeah, 99.
2000 for Stephen King? Nothing.
Really?
2001, Hearts in Atlantis.
I remember I saw that in the theater. It was okay because it was adapted from a short story collection, but they're all tied in, so it's more like basically a bunch of novellas, but they all kind of tied in together.
Fat book though.
It's fat, but it ties. The first story ties into the Dark Tower, and
Really?
Anthony Hopkins' character in the movie, or from the movie in the book, is he can bring the Dark Tower down. So he's a psychic that could bomb the Dark Tower, basically, and they send him back to Thunderclap, and then he's in prison there, basically using his psychic energy to break the beams of the tower. And so he's in the Dark Tower series.
Okay.
But in the movie, he's just a psychic that works for the CIA, and that's all it is.
Is that all? Okay.
No ties to the Dark Tower at all.
I saw the movie, but it was really late. Like it came out in 2001. I watched it probably 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
And I no memories of it whatsoever.
It's the young Anton Yelchin.
Really?
Before it's one of his first movies.
Wow. Hope Davis. Yeah, I'm looking at
Hope Davis and that little girl that was in everything for a minute, but she looks like Juno Temple, but it's not Juno Temple.
I had no memory of it, and I didn't even rate it on IMDb. That's how little memory I have of it.
It's like a 6. It's fine. It's nothing special.
6.9 on IMDb.
Yeah, it's a 6. It's easily a 6. There's not, like I said, once you take the Dark Tower element out of it, it's just kind of a boring, simple old man with a mystery, but he's not really a mystery because they kind of spell it out that he's a psychic working for the CIA, and he's trying to escape the CIA, but then they catch him and whatever. So yeah, it's fine. It was
have a stupid sad ending for no reason.
Yeah, kind of. Because I think like he talks about, because David Morris plays him as an adult. He goes back and
also in Green Mile.
I think he finds the girl though, and I don't remember if he gets together with her or not, or she died and he's like remembering her as she was. I don't know. I can't remember. Something like that. I don't think it was a happy ending.
Why would it be?
It was one of those like kind of sad, somber, like old life. Life is like this to people like me.
You sound like Werner Herzog. Life is pain.
Life is the painful, awful nature of life itself is what brings us down to the gutter of life's existence.
The next thing in 2002, couple things. There's 3 different things. 2 of them are TV series. One's a TV movie.
Wow.
Let's start with this one. Rose Red.
Okay, I remember that one. Gave
it a 4.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Couldn't stand it. Nancy Travis.
Yeah, it's one of those mediocre miniseries. Though out of print on DVD, it was going for some money for a time, and now it's like, because streaming, I think it's on streaming now, so you can easily find it.
It's better than the sequel, the follow-up they did for it.
Right, Rose Red,
fucking watchable. No, this is we're talking about Rose Red.
Yeah, but he had a diary. He had a book that came out that went with the
Diary of Ellen
of Regenbacher or whatever.
That one is fucking atrociously bad.
Yes.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
This one is a 6.6 in IMDb somehow. I hated it.
Yeah.
The other thing for 2002 TV series, Carrie.
Well, it's the show.
Short-lived.
That it was very short-lived. Was that? I wonder if that was on like Fox or UPN.
But how can you imagine how that would work as a series? It seems destined to fail because the story is very minimal.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a TV movie. It's a TV movie.
Oh, it's a TV movie.
And Angela Bettis, Patricia Clarkson.
Right. And I think
I give it a 4.
Amy Irvin's in it. Yeah. Oh no, you know what? No, there's another version.
There's a couple
Carrie
of them.
That's a sequel.
That's what threw me off.
Right, yeah. With Amy Irving, it's Carrie 2, but it's
Renus.
not called Carrie 2.
Emily the Raven from Lost is in it, though.
Right, yeah, hottie. And she never worked again after
Patricia
Lost.
Clarkson, though. Okay, David Keith.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the very different looking Keith David. Yes.
Hello, Maid Marian.
I didn't bring enough for air, honey. The other thing from 2002, we don't have much to say about the TV, Carrie, is 2002 to 2007 was The Dead Zone with Anthony Michael Hall.
Wow, so that's when it came on.
Yeah. I watched the first season and a half, maybe 2 years of it.
Right.
Didn't realize it was on that long. I had it on DVD when it came out.
Wow.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't great, but I remember watching the movie, and then because I grew up with Anthony Michael Hall. And I was like, all right, let's see this. And oh, wow, he looks so different now. Okay, let's keep watching. And I just kept watching it. And then I was like, all right. And then I just kind of forgot about it, like everyone else in the country.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then after that show, he went on to become a Gotham City news reporter.
He did. Got hung upside down and killed.
No, he lived.
Did he?
Yeah, he lives. He's at the end of the movie because Batman takes his mask off, takes the clown mask off, and it's him. And he goes, the cop, the people with guns are the hostages.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a while since I watched that movie.
I've seen that movie a million.
So have I. Yeah, I don't remember him being the one.
Yeah, he's like the first one. He takes the mask off. He goes, what is this?
2003. Dreamcatcher, Lawrence Kasdan movie. That must mean that Todd, whatever his name.
Yeah, no, I looked. He's not on it. He's not in the credits.
Okay.
I want to see it. I want to see this movie. I've never watched it. I've never finished it. I watched the first 10 minutes and I never finished it. I need to watch this movie.
The guy who we do other shows with is obsessed with this movie.
He loves this movie, huh?
It's a 5.5 on IMDb. I gave it a 6. It's okay.
It's supposed to.
The cast is awesome.
The worst Stephen King movie. Yeah, the cast is amazing.
The cast is like incredible. It's okay. Morgan Freeman, Thomas Jane, Jason Lee, Damian Lewis. There's more.
Tom Sizemore. Thomas
Jane. That's all you need. Timothy Oliphant, Tom Sizemore, Donnie Wahlberg.
Shit.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that just kind of keeps going. But
yeah,
Damian Lewis, I believe, was one of the main characters.
Yes, he is.
And it's a lot of the Stephen King cliches all rolled into one, which is what ruined a lot of it for me. But overall, it's not a bad movie. It's just kind of like, oh, that was fine. But it was all over the place and had too many ideas that didn't go anywhere.
Right.
So it's really hard to like. It reminds me of like the lost chapter of It.
Yeah.
And Stand By Me. Kind of that, that specific thing that Stephen King does where these characters and you go to the flashbacks and they're growing up and this happens and this that thing, but it's like a lost chapter of It when nothing fucking matters.
He does that a lot.
They have different powers and you don't care.
You're right.
What else we got? 2004. Oh God. All right, ready? I'm gonna go out of order for a second because how much can we really say about Riding the Bullet by Mick Garris?
Oh, that's like a TV movie, right?
I don't even know what that is.
I didn't see it.
I have not seen it.
I think Jake Busey's in it.
David Arquette, Jonathan Jackson, Barbara Hershey. Wow, Barbara Hershey showed up, huh?
David Arquette's in it.
Cliff Robertson.
Yeah, David Arquette's like a psycho killer in it.
Yeah. When a man finds out his mother's dying and tries to hitchhike his way to a hospital, he is picked up by a strangler with a deadly secret. I want to watch it because Mick Garris, but neither one of us has seen it, so let's move on. Next, though, a David Koepp movie, Johnny Depp, Maria Bello, John Turturro,
Secret
Timothy Hutton.
Window. The bad version of the Dark Half.
Yeah. Secret Window.
Secret Window sucks.
He's in a cabin and people just show up and tell him exposition.
Yeah.
That's what I remember about this movie.
You stole my story, but I'm in your head. You're going to wear my hat at the end of the movie and tell the audience that was all in your head.
You buried me in a cornfield out back, even though you're in the woods.
And you got a cornfield, and you buried everybody else in the cornfield, including Maria Bello.
Stop doing that with cornfields.
Cornfield. I like corn.
It's nonsense. It's just
not very good. It's one of the weaker
not very
versions.
Good. I like David Cutt, but
it's a short story. It should have stayed that way in a book of anthology, book of short stories. It didn't need to be made to a movie, but whatever.
Well, this is why they should have kept that Nightmare in Dreamscapes TV show going. All his short stories could be on there.
Yeah.
Because I like that show. It was fine.
I don't remember that show. I didn't watch that show.
I watched them all.
I should probably dust that off. I should probably watch that one.
I would say half of those are pretty decent. The other half is
I wonder if it's on Amazon or somewhere.
I don't know. I do have it on the list upcoming though, and
I gotta look it
episodes of Anthology Series Review.
Really? Okay. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Because half of them are pretty good. There's a Gary Busey one with a painting that's actually good.
Wow. Okay.
And then there is. Oh God, who's in that episode with the toy soldiers? Literal toy soldiers.
Oh,
who the fuck is in that? God damn it! I know.
Jake Busey.
Let's go with Jake Busey.
Why not? Why not?
William H. Macy's in one where he's like an old-timey detective who it's basically the Dark Half story again.
Okay.
He wrote himself into it and he's trying to fix his own life, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
It's a decent little show.
It was on TNT, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was. They had Hitchcockian episode where the guy's paralyzed and they bring him into the morgue and he's trying to wake up,
What year was that on?
2003. I believe.
Really? It was that long ago?
Yeah.
Wow, it was that long ago.
Jesus. Wait, why are we not talking about that then? That's not. Oh, 2006. That's on the list upcoming. So we got that out of the way. We can skip that when we get there. 2004. A few things, none of which I've seen. Salem's Lot with Rob Lowe.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either.
TV series.
Yeah.
So we can't say anything. Moving on. Kingdom Hospital in 2004.
Didn't see it.
Didn't see it either. It's got a lot of people. Wow. Yeah. Moving on. 2006. Stephen King's Desperation, which I didn't see.
I did see it. Wasn't that great. I read the book. Wasn't that great.
Gotham Cafe. Sorry, I skipped this from 2005. Gotham Cafe.
Never heard of it.
Never. Me either. I don't think it must be loosely based.
Oh.
But Tom Skerritt is in Desperation. I kind of want to watch that. Steven Weber, of course. And then we get to Nightmare in Dreamscapes from the Stories of Stephen King, 2006. That's a specific book, though, that has short stories. So
yes, it is.
Maybe they don't want to continue with different stories outside of that.
Yeah, but you could have kept the title. The title worked for
going.
It was only on for one season, though, so it must not have done well at all.
It's only like 6 episodes. Well, that's all there is in that book. They finished the stories that are in that book.
Are you sure they're all from that same book, or they're not taken from other stories?
I don't know, but I don't think that got canceled. I think that was just the.
Well, because I think in Nightmare in Dreamscapes there's only 4 novellas, and that's what Shawshank.
No, that's 4 seasons.
Is that 4 seasons? Okay.
Yeah, because that's At Pupil, The Body, and Shawshank.
I used to have Nightmares in Dreamscapes.
Oh, that's The Body.
I don't have it anymore. I wonder where that one went.
All right, so 2007 is another movie I saw in the theater. 1408.
Yeah, 1408. I enjoyed that one.
Really enjoyed that movie.
I liked that one. That was a nice, fun, twisty one.
I think people expected way more out of that, but I'm like,
yeah,
I gave it a 7. I really enjoyed that movie.
7's fair. John Cusack in his perfect hair.
Yeah, and he's at the Dolphin Hotel. Samuel Jackson. You got you got the good amount of confusion and information, and there's not a whole lot of scares, but it's mostly like, how would you handle the situation that you're in? You're more figuring out.
It's more or less a movie about grief because the the original short story had none of that in it. It was just a guy staying in a because that was his job. Was
Really?
he would rate haunted houses or haunted rooms, and basically the short story is Sam Jackson talks to him in the beginning, and at the end he catches the room on fire and he gets pulled out and he says something like, "Did you have a nice night?" And that was that. That's the end of the episode. Or
so the rest is kind of inferred.
Well, the rest is like the ghost stuff that happens, and that's about it. Like I don't even think his dad's in it. Like they all added that for the movie to make layers.
And that's the best you can do with a Stephen King adaptation. Take the core idea, build the movie around it.
Yeah.
Don't care about the details because Stephen King doesn't care about the details either.
Right.
And if he does care, you don't care. You don't need to. 1408, I do love, especially the daughter stuff at the end when he's on the laptop with his wife and it's freezing and there's a lot in that movie I really do enjoy.
Yeah, it's a decent flick. I like that one.
Underrated.
Yeah.
It's not amazing, but it is definitely very enjoyable. And there's two versions.
And what came after this movie is probably the top 5, if not top 3, quintessential Stephen King movies ever made.
Yes. I watched it recently in the black and white version.
Yeah.
It does work a lot better.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Of course, we're talking about the Children of the Corn TV show.
That's right.
Definitely works a lot better. The Corn in black and white is
Outlander.
Oh, wait, hold on. The Mist. I'm sorry. I missed that.
You missed that. You fool.
Yeah. The Mist is great. Frank Darabont on his third attempt here with a Stephen King story.
The ending that was so different and so dark. The producer said, "Look, I'll give you $30 million to cover the budget if you change the ending." And he said no.
Yeah.
So
you have some terrible looking CGI, and God bless him for it. Because that ending is fucking brutal.
Oh, I love it. It's so great.
I will say this. Seen a lot of movies as of you. The most horrific ending in a movie I've ever seen.
It's one of them, yeah.
I would say it's the number one.
It's up there.
I can't name one where I was like, "Oh my fucking God."
It was great. It's just like, it's just so good.
It's because I hate depressing endings in movies for the most part because it's always like jerking at your heart. But this one's like, oh my God.
Yeah. And not only is it that ending, but when he comes out of the car and he's like, "Kill me! Kill me!" The monster, think a monster's gonna come, but it's an army truck with all the survivors.
And the fog
they're burning all the monsters because they killed them all. And he's the last. If they would have just took a moment to piss, they would have survived.
Yeah.
And none of that would have happened. And he would have lived the rest of his life.
So perfectly set up because he has 3 bullets in his chamber.
Yeah.
There's 4 people in the car.
Yeah.
We're gonna get killed here. And everything makes sense because you're like, that's a fucking tough decision, but I understand why he would do that. And then he does it, and you're like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done," like immediately.
Yeah.
It's such a aggressive shift to the way your mind comprehends that scene. It's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have." 2 seconds ago, you're like, "Yeah, kill him."
Yeah. And that scene where he's in the car. Oh!
It's just screaming.
Gets the gun. He's trying to shoot himself. And it just goes click, 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 click.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens.
No, that's what happens.
Yeah, it's just click, click, click.
And he gets out and he looks around the army, showing up flamethrowers.
And then Carol from Walking Dead is there.
So is Andrea.
He should have just went with her. Yeah, but no, but Andrea's got a hole in her head.
Yeah.
Carol survived. Yeah, she's in the truck. Remember, she's in the back of the army truck with her kids. Remember in the beginning of the movie, she says, "Won't somebody help me get my kids?" What?
Yeah.
There's no. You're all cowards.
He's gonna stand there.
And she's the only one that lives. And she
says, the Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, it's great.
Survive.
Yeah.
We hold up in here. Oh. Hope you had a great night. All of them dead.
Good luck.
All right. Definitely top 5, like you said. Top 3 for me. I don't know.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's great.
Watch it in black and white. It works.
I'm really sad. There's never been like another movie since that's been that good, horror movie wise.
Well, we'll get to the Mist TV series,
which is shit. Yeah,
here in about a decade.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
All right.
Spike TV's The Mist doesn't have the same ring to it.
2007, No Smoking.
No clue.
No clue as well. So we'll move on.
Fuck.
2009, Dolan's Cadillac.
Oh.
Didn't see it.
Wow.
A young man attempts to avenge his wife's death after she is murdered by a Las Vegas mobster. Sounds terrible. Christian fucking Slater.
Oh, no.
Wes fucking Bentley.
Oh, no.
Has a 5.6.
Ooh.
Wow, on IMDb it jumps to 4 years. Let's see what else we can get. 2009 TV series Children of the Corn. Didn't see it. Didn't know that existed. Nobody cared. 2010 to 2015 Haven. Emily Rose, Eric Balfour.
I didn't know that was a Stephen King show.
Yeah. It's on Sci-Fi Network.
Never watched it.
What else we got? 2011. I've seen this one twice. Bag of Bones.
Oh, yeah, it sucks. I hated Bag of Bones.
First time I hated it. Second time I liked it a little more. Gave it a 6.
I give it a 4. I hated it.
I will, if you only watched it once, I will say it's 70% filler and boring.
Yeah.
Second time around, I knew that, so I was a little more accepting.
That's fine. I don't got time to watch that.
Both of our scores are fair, I think.
I don't got time to bleed.
Yeah, I believe I'll definitely go with it. Pierce Brosnan, Melissa George, the ghosts rearrange the letters on the fridge.
Right, yeah. One of those.
That's all I remember. And basically, some black girl got killed in the woods and buried there.
Some jazz singer, right? She's like some kind of famous.
There's like a festival that was going on, and they kill her, and they go to rape her and kill her, and they bury her right there in the path of the woods. A lot of time travel dream bullshit.
Yeah.
2013, the remake of Carrie, starring Grace Moretz. I give it a 6. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a 6.
The next thing you are very familiar with, you've done podcasts about it. Under the Dome from 2013.
Oh, God. Yeah, Under the Dome. I fucking couldn't stand that show.
I remember you started watching it, and you were telling me about it in your podcast, and I was like, all right, maybe I'll. And then you guys are done. You're like, fuck this. And I was like, okay, I won't watch it.
After 5 or 6 I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore.
I think we did debating starting, and you're like, no.
Yeah, I think we did the first season.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't want to watch another season of this. This is terrible. And what year was that?
2013.
2013? Yeah. Nah, fuck that show. That was terrible.
Wow. That was 9 years ago.
Oh, wow. Time
10
flies.
years ago, he did a little. Where are we? Okay, we're at 2014. All three of my little sources here are different. So let's try to make sense of this. 2014, A Good Marriage. I gave it a 5. Joan Allen, Anthony LaPaglia, Stephen Lang.
Wow.
It's like Mr. Brooks, only like made for TV version of Mr. Brooks. It's not good.
It sounds familiar.
It was not that great.
Yeah.
I think it's on Netflix, or it was. We also got 2014 Mercy, which I believe stars Carl from The Walking Dead.
Ooh.
And it was very forgettable.
No, thank you.
I don't even remember what I gave it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I didn't even rate it. I forgot I watched it, but I give it a 4.
Wow.
Didn't like it that much.
That sounds terrible.
It was a single mom and her 2 boys helped take care of a grandmother with mystical powers. It sucked. It just fucking sucked. It also has, but it was put on the shelf for years until Walking Dead got big, and then like, oh,
yeah, there you go.
Mark Duplass, Dylan McDermott, Amanda Walsh. It had people in it. They just didn't know what to do with it, so they just, because it's before Netflix, so they just threw it on the side. Stephen King's. Oh, sorry, I already read that. Big Driver TV series from 2014. No idea what the fuck this is.
What? No.
Maria Bello again.
Oh my god.
He works with her a lot. God damn. Moving on. 2014. The last one is no, we're done. 2014. 2016. Cell.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't watch
Cusack.
that. Had zero interest in that
Jackson.
movie.
It was a huge fucking book.
Yes, it was.
And it was like a phone and blood on it. I remember the book cover.
Well, it's about it. The cell phone signal makes everybody zombies.
Really?
That's essentially what it is.
I did not know that.
That's what it's basically about. It's like a zombie movie.
Okay, so now I want to watch it.
Well, you go for it.
Because when a mysterious cell phone signal causes apocalyptic chaos, an artist is determined to reunite with his young son in New England. Of course.
Yeah, right.
Of course. It sounds like 2012 again.
Right, yeah.
All right, the next thing on the list here is from 2016. This would be maybe my number. Oh shit! I gotta back up. This is in my top 5.
Ooh,
Stephen King adaptations. 11/22/63.
I haven't seen it yet.
James Franco. It's on Hulu. I didn't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah, no,
All I knew was the JFK stuff.
Right.
I didn't realize how sweet it would be. And how this is gonna sound so cheesy, but it is a human movie, a TV show.
That's great.
About and kind of the backstory, like the side story is him time traveling. It's really him trying to become a non-shitty person.
Right.
And he falls in love with this girl back in 1963, but he's
a
time traveler. It ended up being really fucking sweet. I liked it a lot. I didn't expect to because it sounded like James Franco. I don't give a shit about James Franco as a person. Like I don't.
Right? Yeah, I care less. No,
yeah.
I can't stand him.
So I start watching. I'm going, James Franco. I'm like neutral completely on James Franco. I like him in certain things. Don't like him in certain things.
Yeah.
I watched it and I was like, oh fuck, my heart. He's winning me over. And then the story was just it completely won me over by the end. I was fucking. I loved it.
I love you, James Franco.
Be mine. I did give it a 9.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I liked that a lot. You know what I didn't like a lot? 2017, The Dark Tower.
I don't hate it, but I don't like it.
Gave it a 5.
It's I give it a 6. I think the attempt was just the problem was it's fucking Akiva Goldsman writing another script. He doesn't know what he should be. He doesn't know what he's doing. Don't let him write scripts. So they keep giving him scripts to write. And he's a hack, and people don't seem to understand that. But whatever.
It just seems like a movie they did not finish even the 3rd draft on.
Well, that's the problem. This movie is 4 books in one.
Yes, and that's a bad idea. Do a miniseries.
Yeah, that's the problem. Which is why I was so happy to hear Mike Flanagan said, I would love to do The Dark Tower, and hopefully that happens.
He would do it right.
Yeah, he would.
The man can do no wrong.
Yeah. So that's my hope is that Flanagan does Dark Tower at least one day.
Here's a hot take. Mike Flanagan's the best filmmaker right now.
He's up there.
Who's better right now?
Like right now?
Yeah. Who's making better movies right now? Because Scorsese's dropping off. You got all those old directors falling off. Who's better consistently?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And he could fuck up in the future, but I'm just saying right now he's like one of those NBA guys. It's they're lighting up the scoreboards. He's just one of those guys that everything he does is awesome.
A little guy named Paul W.S. Anderson,
who I haven't seen the last 3 movies for.
Exactly.
Even though I do love him, I just
no, you're thinking Paul Thomas Anderson. I'm talking Paul W.S. Anderson.
Oh, I didn't hear the W.S. No, I've seen all
Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yeah,
the Resident Evil director.
The best thing he ever did was come inside Mila Jovovich.
Pretty much, that's what he did best.
All right, let's move on. We're not going to finish this episode, Dick. We're 40 minutes on, pretty much. Let's just get to 2020. How about that? And then we'll wrap it up in the next episode and talk about something else. How about that?
Good Lord.
I know. I don't want to.
There's that much, huh?
There's so much in this last year and a half.
Wow.
All right,
Wow.
2017, Dark Tower, It Chapter 1.
I love it. Chapter 1.
It Chapter 1's great.
I give it an 8.
I give it a
loved
7.
it. I
don't love
loved
it
it
as much as you do.
I did love it. I appreciate what they did because that's a bitch of an adaptation. And I knew going in and leaving that they're going to fuck up Chapter 2 because there's no way they could beat it. It's not going to happen. Chapter 2, I had a lot of hope for it, and it just went to shit. And it's one of the worst sequels, I think, in any franchise. Chapter 2 is terrible.
It's bad.
It's really bad. It's just
We'll get there in a moment.
Yeah.
The next thing on the list, go watch it. Great. I don't like the and all the CG stuff.
Right, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's a small thing, yeah.
2017 was also 2 more Netflix movies. One of them is not Mike Flanagan, and his was Gerald's Game.
Right, I haven't watched that one yet.
It's fucking awesome.
I hear it's good. I need to watch it.
I gave it a 7. I can border on an 8.
Right,
it's that good.
Yeah.
I won't give anything away. Definitely.
No, I know what happens. I saw.
No, it's
they ruined it for me on this countdown show. Like
what
the
did
top
they ruin?
20, her cutting her hand open.
No. That part doesn't matter. That's early.
It's the end. It's the end of the movie, basically.
No. The part that's completely out of left field
is the molestation from her dad. Or
no, nothing involving any of that. It gets really weird, and you're like, "Who is this?"
Right. Okay.
It's a movie that keeps going, and you're like, "All right, this is going." Oh, what? It just keeps going. I'll say that.
What the fuck?
No, you should definitely watch it. That is not the spoiler you think it is. Yeah, definitely watch it. Especially because Mike Flanagan, we're sucking his dick right there.
Oh yeah.
Other thing for 2017 is 1922.
It was okay.
I like that one.
I like it. I don't love it, but it's fine. I give it like a 6.
I give it a 7.
6.5, 7. Yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Thomas Jane showing back up.
Yeah,
It was a good mix of pretend horror.
Yeah.
And just sinister. It's a sinister movie. He's just a creepy dude.
I like it more than the next one they did, which was the grass one. The tall grass movie. I like this one more than Tall Grass. Yeah.
Let's see if we can get through to all that. 2018 also. We're moving on. So this is all over the place. Some of these lists, I'm sorry. 2017. Sorry, the last thing here, I believe, is Mr. Mercedes. I've never watched it.
Never
Gleason show. It looks good. I watched the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm like, that looks like a good show. It lasted 2 to 3 years, 2 to 3 seasons.
Yeah, I don't know if they completed it or not. So that's why I'm kind of like, I wonder if they fulfilled it or not.
If it's on a Stephen King thing, I want to watch the whole thing. Like Kingdom Hospital, I don't know how far they got, so I never bothered.
Right, yeah.
Mr. Mercedes though looks a lot better. 7.8.
I think there's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Yeah. Okay.
2018. Something I fucking absolutely love. You did not like Castle Rock.
Yeah, I hated Castle Rock.
I give it a 9.
I gave it a fucking 6. I was really, so mad. Pissed me off so much.
Don't know what you expected. All right.
Sense.
You know what's weird? Castle Rock, the first season, the first time I watched it, I was just like, gave it a 10. I was like, I fucking loved every second of it. Second time I watched it, I was like, it's 7.
No, it's 7. It's 6. Yeah, because it's that mystery box. It's that J.J. Abrams, because he produced it. It's the J.J. Abrams mystery box bullshit. They make it go this way, and then at the end they turn on it. And it's just like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I won't disagree with you, but I clearly got more out of it than you did, like entertainment wise, not intellectually wise. I'm not trying to.
No.
I liked it.
The Sissy Spacek episode where she's losing it. That's a great episode.
That's
a good. Yeah, that was a great episode. That was
weird. The first time I watched this. Only thing I'll say about this series, and we'll move on, is the first time I watched that, I took that episode way less literally.
Okay.
So I thought she was literally going back and forth in time.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is fucking like I was fascinated by that episode. That's when I went from like liking the show to loving it.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, this is fucking amazing. Second time I watched it, I go, oh, she really is just like an old doddering lady, and just this is all in her head.
Well, but it happened. It's like that is what happened.
But I don't think she literally transported now. I
No,
think that was her brain going.
That's her brain.
Remember this?
Her, yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I.
But the first time I literally thought she was like Slaughterhouse 5. I thought she was going back and forth in time.
Right.
Because that's how it's presented.
Right. Yeah.
And when what's his name gets killed,
her
husband at that time.
Yeah, Scott Glenn.
Scott Glenn steals that show. The first season, he's steals it. He's fucking amazing in that season.
Yeah, he was good.
Because he was just sweet. You think he's gonna be sinister the whole time, but he's a sweetheart the whole way through.
Yeah.
And he gets killed really early. You're like, oh, like accidentally.
Well, he gets killed. He gets killed.
Like episode 6.
I mean, episode 8 or something.
Yeah, it's late, but no, it's before she was crazy, because she was crazy in like episode 6, 7. So
well,
he dies back to explain
that. Right? Yeah.
But I know I loved all the prison stuff. You get Shawshank. You get how what's it? Skarsgård guy is making everyone crazy, and then you have the shootout at the prison.
Yeah, that would have been great if it led to somewhere.
It does in season 2.
Does it season 2?
It does.
Do I have to watch season 2 to understand season 1?
I will say that. Okay, spoiler alert. Watch Castle Rock. Season 2 it's about Lizzie. What's her name?
Annie Wilkes.
And she plays Annie Wilkes.
Yeah.
And then you see the whole backstory with her and her daughter.
Yes.
And you're waiting the whole time. You're like waiting. I was so like, fucking come on, for like the first 4 to 5 episodes, because you were waiting for Annie Wilkes to go crazy and show signs of craziness. And then they're like, her and her daughter are like fleeing from job to job all over the country because she keeps stealing the antipsychotic medication. So she has to go on somewhere else, when she gets caught. This is back in like the 80s or some, so not a whole lot of records. And eventually it catches up that she lands in Castle Rock and gets this job, and she's working there. And then they start this cult, because there's another side story of this that they barely touch on at first, where they're digging up below this house, and they keep digging and digging, and they find this stuff, and everyone starts to get taken over, and they all start doing this weird shit around town. And so Lizzie's kind of freaked out, or Annie Wilkes is freaked out by them, and like, don't go near them. And it builds slowly enough that I didn't see it coming. And this keeps going and going and going, and you see like the backstory of the cult, and it ends up being Skarsgård. He's like a weird entity that's been around for fucking ever, like back, thousands of years.
Right.
He causes chaos wherever he goes.
But why was he in a parallel dimension in the season 1? Why do they set him up as a nice guy trying to cure Alzheimer's?
It's a parallel dimension of that demon, I guess. I don't know. I
know. That's what I mean. It doesn't make any sense. It really pisses you off, because they make him a good guy, but he's pure evil. So which is it? It's like they don't even know.
That doesn't bother me. It's weird that it bothers you so much that it ruins the show. But to me, I was like, that's just what happens. That's what.
No, it's
alternate dimension.
Stupid. It's stupid.
See, I consider that as like a yin to his yang here. He's a demon here, but the yin is he's a
that's
super
fine.
Good guy.
But the black kid did the same thing when he was over another dimension. So again,
I have more of a problem with that character, because he's just kind of a whatever.
Well, that's what
People
I mean.
Fear him in one, and I'm like, why?
But because he was what? Because they're in different dimensions, they cause chaos. So when the little boy was in Skarsgård's world, he took him to his world, and they swapped places, and Skarsgård just got stuck, and he lost his wife, his kid, because it's established that he's married, he has a kid on the way, and he's a successful pharmaceutical guy trying to cure Alzheimer's in this alternate reality. But then, no, he's a monster. He's a real monster, which comes out of nowhere.
Okay, I will not disagree with anything you just said. It doesn't make sense, but in certain things, I'm fine with that. I don't need everything spoon fed to me. Not to say that you do. Just saying, in this very, very specific instance, it didn't bother me. I loved it.
I'll watch the second season.
I did start to nitpick the second time around, and it did bother me a little more. So I started lowering the score. So I started having those questions creep in. But second season, though, is better overall, but it doesn't have the highlights that the first season does. Like, it doesn't have the episode where you're like, that was fucking... It's more of a slow burn.
Right, yeah. And then they had this stupid character of Jenny Torrance, which was so stupid.
Yeah.
That made
season
no
2
sense.
is better overall.
Right.
But it doesn't have the highlights that I loved in season 1. It's just kind of it's like I said, it's a slow burn. I was so bored for the first few episodes, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is where they're going.
So
by the time you realize that you're almost done, and you're like,
the Stellan Skarsgård come back into the show though, like
barely at the very end.
Just
they kind of explain his backstory a little bit.
His body double.
No, he's literally the actor is in it. He'll do anything. He's one of the Skarsgård brothers will show up for fucking anything.
I'll do it.
His dad showed up for a real life porn movie.
I will do that.
Nymphomaniac, yeah.
You want to see my cock? I'll show you. It's fine. I'm the leader of the rebellion right now.
Stellan, no, we don't need to. No,
I did. I finished. I watched Andor finally. It was very good.
Was it? Okay. We need to move on.
And Stellan Skarsgård gives one of the best speeches in Star Wars, where he's like, "I will never see it." I'll talk later about it.
He said he'll never watch Star Wars?
You'll never see it. I'll never watch it.
I don't
understand these things.
2019 Pet Cemetery remake.
Sucks. I think I watched it on Amazon, and I think I watched it, but I don't remember because it was so bland.
I watched it.
It was I can't remember because it was the flip. It was the girl dies, not the little boy.
They psych you out because the kid's name is Gage, just like him. But what's his name? The dad grabs him and moves him out of the way. Yeah. Jason Clarke grabs him, and then the semi plows over the little girl. They do psych you out. I gave it a 5. John Lithgow is a confused old man who walks them to a cemetery for 20 minutes. That's the most I remember. and it's just fucking bland as hell. It's like the vanilla pudding of Pet Cemetery movies.
Yeah.
Like they didn't know what to do, and it felt like a movie that was desperately saying we need to retain the rights to this franchise, even though it's not a franchise.
Yeah, that's what it was. Exactly, yeah. That's what it was.
Pathetic, but not terrible. Because Jason Clarke is a really good actor.
He is a good actor, yeah.
He is. So it's kind of like, I want to hate it, but also I liked watching the cast, but it's boring.
Yeah.
It's just bland. It's rice cakes.
Yeah.
It Chapter 2, 2019.
Sucks a big fat cock.
Sucks my cock?
It's terrible.
Weird.
Pennywise loved it.
Other than the opening scene of that movie, the rest of it is useless.
Yeah.
That opening scene is fucking Stephen King, and it's really well done. And the rest of the movie is just
it sucks. It just goes nowhere. It's so bad. It's such a disappointment.
Let's just say it sucks and move on, because there's another 2019 movie I want to watch. I want to talk about more. Dr. Sleep.
Yes. One of the best movies of the year.
Mike Flanagan again.
Yeah, I loved it. And nobody saw it. Total bomb at the box office. I almost didn't see it. I was on the fence. I was like, you know what? It's like I looked up like it was 2 hours and 40 minutes. I was like, oh, fuck. But then I went and saw it. It was the best movie of the year. I loved it. It's just great fucking movie. It's wonderful. It is. It's a great movie. It's a great Stephen King adaptation.
Loved it.
And not only does it tie into the movie, it ties into the movie more than the book, because the book's completely different.
Yeah. It's a sequel to the movie, not to the book.
Right, yeah.
Even though the book is a sequel to, or prequel to, no, actually sequel, to the book that Stephen King wrote. Mike Flanagan was like, no, fuck that. People know the movie, not your book.
Not the miniseries.
He made so many right decisions in that it's the movie that made me go, because I kept hearing Danny Torrance versus vampires. And I was
Right.
like, what the fuck?
Huh?
I took that way too literally. And because
Right,
people
yeah.
simplify things and
Yeah.
you're watching, you're like, they're not really vampires, but they're also not that far off from vampires, really.
Right, yeah.
But Rebecca is really good in that movie. Or like Miss Hat. What was her
Rebecca
name?
Ferguson, yeah.
What's her name in it though?
I think Hat or Black Hat.
Something Hat. And there's like a whole dream file thing that goes on. And it sounds so stupid when you describe it. That's every Mike Flanagan project. It sounds stupid, but it's really awesome. And it won me over wholeheartedly. I gave it an 8.
Yeah, that one's close to a 9 for me. I might have given it a 9. Yeah.
I need to rewatch it.
Oh.
What's going on?
Rose the Hat. That was her name.
Rose the Hat. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, 2019, something you alluded to earlier that you didn't like that much, In the Tall Grass.
Yes, I did not care for that Netflix original film. Co-written by Joe Hill and Stephen King. It's from one of their short story collections. I don't know. It was fine. It was another one of those time fuck movies where it doesn't make any sense if you break it down, but whatever.
Yeah, I did like this movie. It's simple. It felt like a better version of Children of the Corn because there's no children.
Right.
Instead, there's like some sort of weird magical Blarney stone in the center.
Right. Yeah.
If you touch, you become evil.
You become crazy. You want to eat and murder people. Get over here.
Yeah, it's Patrick Wilson touches the rock and is like wants to kill his family. But I did enjoy it because I like movies that people are trapped somewhere and there's like time travel shit involved or like overlapping timelines.
Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like those kind of storylines, and it kept it simple enough and streamlined enough where I wasn't like stop.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's not about that. But I liked it. I gave it a 7.
Oh, that's fine. I'd probably give it a 6.
Here's where we get into weird territory because all my lists stop at 2020.
Really? Okay, interesting.
I have a TV movie from 2020 called The Dark Tower.
That was okay. That was
Bran from Jerome. He's in it.
I don't think it never happened.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No, it was going. I think it got canceled and it never happened.
According to Stephen King, as of October 2017, the TV series would be a complete reboot and not connected to the film adaptation.
Right. Yeah. Right. Because they're supposed to do Talisman. The Talisman was supposed to be done by now. That never happened. That's been on I think they actually made a pilot and it never aired. It was supposed to be a TNT show. It never happened.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess let's wrap it up here with what I have in this list because that never happened. There's no Dark Tower TV series. It just doesn't exist.
No.
2022 on this list, I have Firestarter, which I did see.
That just came out. That was lame.
Yeah, it looks lame.
It was anything special. No.
Mr. Harrigan's Phone is on Netflix now.
No desire to watch that.
I will watch it only because it's Stephen King.
Right.
Let's see what else we got here. Everything else ends. Oh, The Stand we watched from 2019, right? 2022. What year did that come out?
That'd be 2020.
No, he did that like a year ago.
Yeah, it was a year ago.
2019.
2022. It might have been 2019. I can't remember. I think it was right before the pandemic. And they pushed it back. Is that what it was?
Yeah, they pushed it back. It was supposed to come out in 2019. Came out in 2020. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
We talked about that at length at LIW, The Stand review. Check that out.
We hated that.
No, it was 35% pretty good.
Yeah.
The rest of it is completely unnecessary remake of the original.
35% is a very low F.
It is. But that 35% though was pretty good. I
want you to fuck me, Larry.
Yeah. I liked certain things about it. The problem is it was far worse than the original.
Yes, it was.
But we talked about that for like
Yeah,
15 something episodes.
Yeah, we got a lot over there in that.
Why can't I follow? Why can't I find? Oh, here it is.
I want you to fuck me, Larry.
That to the original.
It's a bomb! He's got a bomb!
There we go.
Wow.
That's all you need to know.
Jesus.
Okay, let's stop at 2020, right? Because there's so many more that are coming out, but we haven't seen any of them. So I guess we're good here, right?
Yeah.
I can't. I'm looking here. There's like all these TBA things. Like they're supposed to remake Christine, The Dark Half. They're going to do From a Buick 8. Oh, they are doing one that I want to watch. Here's The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon.
Oh, that would be good. The book's good. I like the book.
The Tommy Knockers with James Wan.
Oh, well, that'd be interesting. They could fix
The
that.
Running Man with Edgar Wright.
That's never going to happen.
No, he gets too busy. So television with him. We also have The Outsider that you watched. I have not. You told me to watch it.
Yeah.
Lizzie's Story. I believe that's on Amazon. I do want to watch that show though.
Oh, Lizzie's Story.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is on some sort of Apple TV Plus. That's what it is.
Oh God.
Julianne Moore, Clive Owen, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Dane DeHaan, who looks like a young DiCaprio, Joan fucking Allen, sex symbol Joan Allen's in it. Okay.
I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave.
Yeah. I do want to watch that show though. Only because I have Apple TV Plus and all of their shows I've watched have been fucking awesome.
Really?
And somehow The Servant by M. Night.
Right, that was good too. Huh?
I binged the shit out of that show and loved every second. And I watched that show only to make fun of it.
Wow.
And I sat there going, this show's really fucking good. Like,
wow. Okay,
I had no idea. It turns into a cult movie, like literally a cult. Like she's running a cult and like taking care of their baby, and she has like powers, but doesn't really, you don't ever see them. So they're like hypothetical powers, and everyone takes them serious. It's a weird ride, and Rupert Grint is in it, who's Harry Potter.
Right.
Solid fucking show, I'll say that.
Well, I have Apple TV, but I think you got to pay for it, or is it included if you have an Apple's phone?
No, you have to buy it.
You have to buy it?
$16 to get Apple TV.
Oh.
Whatever it is. No, not just Apple TV. Apple TV is like $5. Okay. But I got the Apple TV Plus or whatever it's called, all included. So it's like music, the shows, the Apple TV, and the storage on my iPhone.
Oh, okay.
And so $16. It's definitely worth it because I'm Apple Music. I'm falling in love with it because that's all I did today.
Oh wow.
Music.
Jesus.
But it's definitely worthwhile. I won't like say it's an amazing show, The Servant, but I kept telling you when I was watching it, I'm like, I just want to make fun of this, but I'm actually like really invested with the storyline.
Well, I want to watch that show you said about the show that was only on one season. The one about the vampire kids or whatever. People would the dead people, or they have to go around a tree with the black guy from Lost. What was the name of the show? From or what was
From.
it called? From, yeah.
From is definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Servant, I won't say is worth it. I'll say if you're into sci-fi pretend horror, like it throws itself as a horror show, but it's definitely more of a drama and sci-fi.
And was From Apple Plus?
From is on Epix.
That's right. It's right. Epix. Right.
I can send you the videos if you want. Off the record. No, that's not podcast work, right? No, but From is, I will definitely recommend From. I don't recommend many shows, but From is fucking solid. The 10 O'Clock People, The Talisman, Sleeping Beauties, Revelations, Joyland, The Jaunt, The Institute. All TBA shows from Stephen King. And then we haven't even gotten into the 55 Children of the Corns. Sometimes They Come Back, Lawnmower Man 2, 3, blah, 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 The Rage Carry 2. all that bullshit. We didn't talk about the Diary of Ellen Rimbauer, which I gave like a 2.
Right, yeah.
So ultimately, top rankings, Shawshank Redemption, give it 10. Bottom rankings, the gold, what is that called? Golden Years? The
Gold
Years.
Probably the worst one.
I'm going to give that a 2.
That's probably the worst one, yeah.
So from 10 to 2.
Yeah.
That's where I'm ranking my Stephen King. What about you?
Out of all of them?
Yeah.
Like in general, Stephen King as a whole?
Yeah, what's your favorite? What's your least favorite?
Oh, I would say Shawshank is 10.
Okay.
And the least favorite is Golden Years.
So the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's hard to not go that route.
What do you give Golden Years?
Oh, fucking a 2. It's horrible.
All right, so 10 to 2. We're the exact same.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
We have different variations of scores within that, but
Yeah,
that's clear.
Yeah, no, it's it's not even a question. Golden Years is the worst.
If you put a gun to my head, oh God, Shawshank, Green Mile, Stand, The Mist, and oh God, gun to my head, I'll go with The Thinner. Or just
I would probably do Shawshank, Dead Zone,
okay,
Mist, Dead Zone, Mist,
guns to your head,
TikTok, The Shining.
Oh fuck!
You forgot The Shining.
I forgot The Shining. Oh God.
Okay. I got top 5. Let's do top 5 or top 7. I'm sorry, just because it's gonna be odd number. Shawshank, Dead Zone, Mist, Shining, Doctor Sleep,
Green Mile.
Green Mile. I probably put the Stand miniseries as number 7.
Okay.
And
at least it's cracking your top 7.
I would say it's definitely top 10 for sure. Is the Stand? Yeah.
I'm gonna go Shawshank. Fuck you threw me off there. Shining, number 2. Green Mile. The Stand. Oh fuck. The Mist. And then I don't even need that.
Doctor Sleep, or we put
Doctor Sleep would be number 6 probably.
And then what about Green Mile? Did you put that on there?
Oh, Thinner.
Thinner.
Yeah, Green Mile was number 4.
No, funny. Yes, I'd say Thinner's up there, and then Running Man would be another one.
Yeah, there's movies I enjoy, but like those are, I'll watch those when the fuck ever. Like,
oh, for sure, yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that it's not a movie, The Stand would be my top 100. It's just not a movie, even though
it's a miniseries.
But if you added on miniseries to my top 100, it would be a very different list. Because even 11/22/63 would maybe be number 7 to me, because I think I like that one Thinner, honestly. But
okay, yeah, that would make that's fine.
That's a really fucking solid show. You should watch that.
I'm going to. I need to watch it. I'm gonna give it a shot.
You got to do this one for me, Billy.
Do it for me, Billy.
I will, McGarnagle.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
Next episode, we're talking about something.
We'll figure it out by then.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we're going to finish Stephen King tonight or not, but
yeah,
let's try to get back to 45 minutes.
We got to do that.
Let's try to do that. This is a couple off because we're Stephen King fans. So,
and let's not forget.
I want you to fuck me, Larry.
I have a sunflower on my ass if you're interested.
That's right.
Hamlin, Miss David Cross.
Oh my God, wonderful.
All right, let's get out of here. Until next time. In the meantime,
dig it.
I'm Phoenix West. So long, citizens. That was awkward.
That's right.
Fuck you, everybody. Good night.